So hello Sushant, Rani, both beautiful names, equally beautiful person sitting with me. I'm so grateful to you that you could make the time for being here. Thank you.
It's
We're honored to have you here at GBS.
It's my pleasure, Pallavi, and I'm so happy that we get to have this tete-a-tete conversation.
Yes, and I have some really deep questions for you. So we're hoping you're going to share some with us. And what I firstly have to ask you, I at a personal level have been a follower of yours and I've followed your journey. And when I found out I'm going to be interviewing you, there were a few things that I just had to ask you, I think at a very humane level, I would say, not even like a personal, but a humane level.
Right.
Your journey has been long. I'm sure there have been a lot of ups and downs. At a very personal level for you, emotionally and mentally, there's always that one eureka moment where you say, okay, I am going to accept myself for who I am. I mean, be damned the world. I'm going to accept myself, irrespective of a society full of people with opinions.
Right.
And, we're all human, where it does get to us. And, how did you reach that point of having that confidence, gumption, and sort of, grit to say, I am going to be me and go out with it?
Pallavi, I have been brought up by two wonderful parents, and it's for so long we've taken for granted that everybody has parents.
Right.
But everybody doesn't have accepting parents. Yeah. Everybody doesn't have parents that allow them to be their most authentic, wonderful selves and blossom into the best version of themselves and keep continuing to do better and strive to do better, right? So we take that for granted. And I have to give credit to my parents for being my support system, and they told me and they've taught me and my brother to be nothing but honest to ourselves. So that's where it comes from. And, I've never hidden. I don't think I can hide.
And we don't want you to hide.
Yeah, I don't think any closet can contain this.
Yes.
So I couldn't really be in a closet for very long. I don't think I was ever in a closet because I never denied my orientation or gender. And yes, but for a very long time, I did not understand that there could be anything other than male and female. So when I came out as a transgender person, I had to do a lot of research for myself.
Right.
About my kind. Right. Because there's not enough, as you said that, very often, we take, we see all these things, then you see viscerally that, people have understood they're growing, that times have changed and,
right.
But I don't think so, because the education is lacking. And I think that people don't know. I took 30 years to understand I'm transgender. And I come from...
Because I think also, it's not something people freely speak about.
Exactly. And I don't think why not? Because, if I was made to understand that this is also a possibility...
In life,
Yes, I would have probably done much more. I mean, it's not a regret, but there are so many kids that are forced to be either male or female.
Yes, yes.
And there's gender is looked at, by this and that. It's only a binary lens. And gender is actually non-binary.
But, you've been a public figure for a while.
Yeah.
And you've achieved a certain sort of mark. You're famous for the right reasons. And I think, of course, I think it's a beautiful, it really is a beautiful kind of science to accept your biology for what it is, right? And we're glad you've done that. And I know for sure that, a youth section of today's day and age, millennials, they do look up to people like you. I mean, we have today a Sushmita Sen doing a Detali. You do have that happening, right? Which is based on Gauri Sawan.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is that this is an acceptance, right? It is very much a part of our lives, a part of our worlds. It's just a matter of, like you said, educating people.
But I also wanted to add to that point is that I don't feel represented as a transgender person by Sushmita Sen.
Okay.
And leaving the fact that I think she's a phenomenal woman.
Of course.
And it's nearly like saying that, Shah Rukh Khan plays Sushmita's biopic. It makes no sense to me. And I think that...
I have to give you that.
So, when you talk about gender, It's
We love the suave.
I mean, I love Sush. I am Sush myself.
Yeah, of
But
course.
I love Sush. I've grown up loving Sush. But nobody is doing anybody a favor.
Right.
You are not doing, you are monetizing, if anything, my gender and my community. And I think that you should just own up and say that, well, it's a beautiful script. I'm owning, it's not some conquest. It's not a
You're doing your
creative-
job as an actor. You're not as much
and,
picking
and,
up.
and
Yeah.
not really being very honest, because if I, for example, Pallavi has a biopic, we're doing Pallavi's biopic and we have Sumer playing Pallavi. Does it make any sense to you?
No, no, no.
Thank you very much. I rest my case. So the
We love the
education,
answer.
the education has to be there, but also because, you know, and when you see a transgender person as articulate as me and I speak 9 languages and sing in
Wow.
17,
Wow.
so I think that when I represent my country, as has Sushmita in the past, she does a phenomenal job. But I don't want her to represent an entire community she knows nothing about.
Of course, I completely.
You know, I
think
can't say that
understand.
I'm a biological woman because I'm not. You know, so you play you, let a woman play you, and let a
And let us
transgender
play
person. Yeah. Or then, if that's the narrative, let us also play men and women. That is also not happening. नहीं, ये तो हिजड़े हैं. ये तो this. You see the, you know, ये तो छक्के हैं. All these slangs, and this is the reality. I think, you know.
No, I think
So we see the commercial and we see the economics of it, saying that this is a big star. But how did she become a big star? Because she got the opportunities.
No, I think definitely, you
So
know.
ये होता है.
No, definitely. I think in
Absolutely.
Bollywood, if I may say, or entertainment rather, in the entertainment sector, given that we also cover OTT now,
Yes.
we as an industry definitely, I think, need to, you know, kind of, I think we need to cast right, safe to say.
I honestly think that, you know, as artists and as storytellers, you're a storyteller. You're
Right.
telling my story through your medium, and I thank you for that.
We're happy to have you.
But I think that, you know, it's very imperative and it's very important to not, you know, make this tokenism.
Right, right.
It's not like my sisters are not going to clap and वो सुष्मिता ने ताली मारी इसके लिए वो नहीं मारते. You know, so it's like मतलब what are you trying to prove? So my thing is there's a culture.
Right.
The Hijra community is a culture. So my thing is that I'm not from the Hijra community, so I can't be clapping. You know, even though I'm transgender, there are communities, and I think this education that you said is very important. Even
But do
to people.
you, I have to ask you here, Rani, sorry for cutting in, but see, I mean, you know, like you said, it took you 30 years to reach this point in life and understand it.
Mhm.
But do you feel that from when you started finding out and
Yes.
understanding yourself to today in 2023, that people are more accepting, that society has changed a little bit?
Yes.
Do you feel that?
Absolutely. I do think so, but it's also because of people like Gauri Sawant
Yes.
and Abhina
course.
and Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, and some people might say me, and I don't know why, but my thing is that there are many people that are representing us. Now the thing is that there are many wonderful people out there whose stories are not told,
Yes.
which is why it took us so long to get here.
right.
I'm the only transgender person in this entire summit. You know how shameful that is on us? Us as an industry. It's very shameful, and I'm much more educated than most people.
Yes, of
I
course.
probably
mean,
pay more tax than everybody. You know, but my thing is, but that's my thing is that, you know, we have been boxed. We have said that you're transgender, ये सिर्फ sex work और ये करेंगे. नहीं, they
but
don't
I
beg,
think,
but
but
it's
I
true.
do think, you know, with Rani, with people like you or with Gauri Sawant, you know, what's happening is that angle, you know, there's the whole global topic on DEI, diversity, equity and inclusion,
Yeah.
right? And I think that conversation in tandem with you and Gauri Sawant coming out slowly it's the bridge is there, it's
Yes,
happening.
Yes.
So I think we're definitely ahead.
Absolutely. I want many more people
Yes.
to sit with you and tell their stories.
Of course.
I would want that. You know, we'd want nothing more, and which is why I think that it's very important that even if one of us is here,
Right.
we are represented, but many more should be there.
Of course, and I think that brings me to the, you know, you're at Global Business Summit. It is a mecca of global leaders and brands represented across the world. We had the Prime Minister in yesterday, and we hope you've enjoyed your time at GBS.
Absolutely.
And you know what I have to ask you is, of course, you are launching an NGO for transgender people
Yes.
at the end of the month.
Yes.
And firstly, we're so happy because these are, non-profit sort of, organizations. They're heartfelt. It's a heartfelt cause. It is, to improve the lives of others, support others who've been in your shoes and give them a better life. And I know for a fact, I found out from some sources that you, have taken a keen focus on educating people.
Yes.
And healthcare and other benefits are there, but education being primary. I have to ask you, where did this seed of starting an NGO come from? And going forward, what are the first few kind of, things that you just want to get done with, that you want to achieve through this NGO?
Right. Thanks for speaking about it. And, it's of course an organization which is very close to my heart, and it's called Yana Foundation.
Beautiful.
And Yana basically means you are not alone. And this is for every transgender kid. I get emotional.
Oh,
Who has not had the support.
Of course.
And I just think that is very, very important. If I have this, if I have all of these things, the fact that I'm sitting here and talking to you, I want people to experience this regardless of gender and class and caste and color.
That's beautiful.
And, and I think that, so the main focus, of course, is going to be education, mental health, physical health, of course, health in general, and also skill building.
Yes, very important.
Yes, and so I think that, when you empower an entire generation, regardless of whether ye mard hai, aurat hai, kinnar hai, transgender hai, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You empower without any, conditions.
That's beautiful.
It's unconditional love, and I think that, each one passes it on to one, and I think that through you, I could pass it on to so many people through your medium. So thank you.
And I think through you, what I'm taking home, in a fast-moving world, the key words being unconditional love, which I think everybody here, and I know for a fact a lot of people in India are sitting in corners in different states, in their small houses, a lot of them possibly in very small cities who probably don't even know what transgender really means, but are experiencing it, need that unconditional love. And we have that for you, and we hope to see you reach heights. And every step of the way, we're there to support you. Thank you, Rani, for making the time, and wish you all the very best for Yana.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.